Being alone does not make you weak. Being alone makes you powerful. Sometimes people think that being alone means you are not loved, you are not valued, you are not important, you are not successful. But the truth is the opposite. Many of the biggest transformations in life happen when you are alone. When you are alone, you discover your strength. You build your mindset. You create your identity. You learn who you really are. Alone is where powerful people are born. Lesson 1. Being alone helps you discover your true self. Most people never know who they really are because they are always surrounded by noise, distraction, opinions, expectations, pressure, judgment. But when life gives you time alone, you finally hear your own voice. Let's understand why being alone can make you stronger than ever. 1. Alone time helps you think clearly. When you are alone, your mind becomes quiet. No noise, no drama, no confusion. This clarity helps you understand what you want, understand what you don't want, understand who you are, understand your future. Clarity is power, and clarity comes in silence. 2. Being alone builds emotional strength. Strong people are not strong because everything is easy. They become strong because they learn how to handle pain, how to deal with challenges, how to survive disappointment, how to rise without support. When you survive alone, you become unbreakable. 3. Alone time helps you heal your heart. Life breaks everyone at some point. People leave, people betray, people disappoint, people change. But when you sit alone with yourself, you begin to heal. Healing requires silence, acceptance, reflection, understanding. You heal faster when you stop expecting others to fix you and start learning how to fix yourself. 4. Being alone shows you your real strength. You don't discover your strength when everything is perfect. You discover your strength when no one is supporting you. Everything feels heavy. You have to take every step alone. You have only yourself to depend on. This is the moment you realize, I am stronger than I thought. Alone is not weakness. Alone is strength training. 5. Alone time helps you focus on your goals. When you are always surrounded by people, you get distracted. But when you are alone, you finally have time to learn, grow, plan, build, understand, improve, transform. You cannot grow deeply when you are always surrounded by noise. Growth loves silence. 6. Being alone teaches you self-love. When you are alone, you learn how to enjoy your own company, understand your emotions, take care of yourself, appreciate who you are. You stop needing people to make you feel worthy. You become enough for yourself. And that is one of the greatest powers in life. Remember this: being alone is not a punishment. It is preparation. It is the space where you grow, heal, and become powerful. You are alone now, but you are not weak. You are becoming unstoppable. Lesson 2. Being alone helps you build unshakable confidence. Confidence is not built in crowds. Confidence is built in silence. Confidence is built when you have no one to depend on except yourself. Most people feel confident only when someone praises them, someone supports them, someone approves of them, someone stands beside them. But true confidence comes from the ability to say, I can stand alone. I can handle this by myself. I believe in me. Let's understand how being alone creates a level of confidence that nothing in the world can destroy. 1. You learn to trust yourself more. When you are surrounded by people, you always ask for advice, opinions, approval. But when you are alone, you have only one option: trust yourself. You start making your own decisions. You listen to your own thoughts. You follow your own intuition. Little by little, your self-trust becomes stronger than fear. Self-trust is the root of confidence. 2. Being alone teaches you that you don't need anyone to start. Most people never start anything because they wait for the right partner, the right friend, the right support, the right moment. But when you are alone, you understand the truth. You don't need anyone to begin. You need courage, not company. This realization makes you unstoppable. You become someone who moves forward even if no one walks with you. 3. You learn to solve your own problems. When you are alone, you stop expecting help. You start thinking deeper. How can I solve this? What can I do right now? What is under my control? What is the next small step? This ability to solve your own problems builds massive confidence, because once you learn to depend on yourself, you become fearless. Problems lose their power over you. 4. Alone time helps you break fear. Many fears disappear when you face life alone. Fear of being judged, fear of being misunderstood, fear of losing people, fear of failing, fear of being left behind. When you are alone, you learn that you can survive, you can grow, you can rise, you can change, you can rebuild. Fear becomes smaller because your courage becomes bigger. 5. You become emotionally independent. Most people depend on others emotionally. I need someone to motivate me. I need someone to support me. I need someone to make me happy. I need someone to understand me. But when you spend time alone, you discover something powerful. You can give yourself everything you were waiting for from others. You learn to motivate yourself, encourage yourself, calm yourself, love yourself, guide yourself. This emotional independence is the highest form of confidence. 6. Being alone makes you comfortable with yourself. Confidence is impossible if you are not comfortable with yourself. Some people avoid being alone because they fear their own thoughts. But the moment you sit with yourself, you begin to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, your dreams, your purpose, your emotions, your potential. You stop running from yourself and start accepting yourself. Acceptance creates confidence. 7. You stop seeking validation from people. When you are surrounded by people all the time, you naturally start caring too much about their opinions, their words, their judgment, their reactions. But when you learn to live alone, you stop seeking validation. You no longer need someone to say, "You are good enough. You are talented. You are doing great." Because you already know your value. Your confidence comes from within. 8. You become stronger than loneliness. There is a difference between being alone and feeling lonely. People feel lonely when they depend on others for happiness. But once you understand how powerful solitude is, loneliness disappears. You start enjoying your own space. You feel safe in your own company. You feel calm in your own presence. You feel complete without needing extra people. This is confidence. Pure, unshakable confidence. 9. Being alone teaches you that your strength is internal, not external. People may come and go. Support may come and go. Opportunities may come and go. But your inner strength stays with you. When you are alone, you realize, my power is inside me, not outside. This understanding gives you a powerful attitude and mindset that no situation can break. Remember this, you do not become confident because people support you. You become confident because you support yourself. Being alone teaches you how strong you truly are. You are not alone and weak. You are alone and powerful. Lesson 3. Being alone helps you reset your life and start fresh. Life becomes heavy when you carry too much. Too many expectations. Too many responsibilities. Too many disappointments. Too many memories. Too many opinions. Too many fears. Being alone gives you a powerful opportunity. The chance to reset your life, clear your mind, and start again with peace. Let's understand how solitude helps you rebuild your life from the inside out. 1. Alone time removes noise and brings clarity. When you are always around people, you hear too many voices. Do this. Don't do that. You should be like this. Why aren't you like them? These voices confuse you. They pull you in different directions. But when you are alone, the noise fades. Your mind becomes quiet. Your heart becomes clear. Your focus becomes strong. Clarity gives you direction. Direction gives you freedom. 2. You finally understand what truly matters to you. When you step away from the world, you understand who is real, what is important, what goals matter, what dreams are yours, what situations deserve your energy, what habits you must leave behind. Being alone removes distractions and shows you the truth. You stop living for others and start living for yourself. 3. Alone time helps you let go of the past. Everyone carries emotional baggage, old heartbreak, broken trust, painful memories, regrets, fears, mistakes. You cannot heal this in crowds. You heal this in silence. When you sit alone, you allow yourself to feel, to accept, and finally, to release. Letting go becomes possible when your heart is not surrounded by noise. 4. You begin replacing old habits with better ones. When you are always surrounded by others, you follow their habits, their lifestyle, their routine, their mindset, their distractions, their negativity. But when you are alone, you can create your own habits. Reading, learning, journaling, meditation, self-care, discipline, planning, improving. Solitude gives you the perfect environment to rebuild yourself. 5. Being alone helps you declutter your life. Decluttering does not only mean cleaning your room. Decluttering means removing people who drain you, thoughts that disturb you, habits that limit you, environments that stress you, ambitions that are not yours, doubts that keep you stuck. When you remove what does not serve you, you create space for what will grow you. This is the real reset. 6. You become strong enough to create your own path. When you are surrounded by people, you often follow their paths, their ideas, their dreams, their goals, their expectations. But when you are alone, you finally ask yourself, what do I want? And that question changes everything. Being alone gives you the courage to choose your own journey. You stop walking behind people and start leading yourself. 7. Solitude helps you build self-respect. When you begin resetting your life, you start respecting yourself more. You say, I deserve peace. I deserve better. I deserve happiness. I deserve success. I deserve a fresh start. This self-respect pushes you away from negativity and toward a stronger, healthier life. 8. Alone time helps you rebuild your identity. Sometimes life breaks us so deeply that we forget who we are. But solitude helps you reconnect with yourself. You rediscover your strengths, your values, your dreams, your passion, your courage, your purpose. You become someone new, someone wiser, someone calmer, someone stronger. 9. A fresh start gives you freedom and power. When you reset your life, you let go of the weight you were carrying. You feel lighter, you feel clearer, You feel more confident. You feel more in control. You feel more powerful. Life becomes exciting again. The future becomes bright again. And you realize, alone is where transformation begins. Alone is where a new life starts. Remember this: being alone does not break you. Being alone rebuilds you. It clears your mind, heals your heart, resets your life, and gives you the power to start again. Alone, you become powerful. Lesson 4. Being alone helps you build unbreakable mental strength. Mental strength is not built when life is easy. Mental strength is built when you stand alone, face your fears alone, fight your battles alone, and rise alone. When no one is there to save you, you learn how to save yourself. When no one is there to guide you, you learn how to guide yourself. When no one is there to inspire you, you become your own inspiration. This is how being alone turns you into a mentally strong, unshakable person. Let's understand how solitude creates a powerful and resilient mind. 1. You learn to control your emotions. Instead of being controlled, most people are emotionally weak because they react too fast. They depend on others. They allow people to hurt them. They cannot manage stress. They escape from discomfort. But when you are alone, you face your emotions directly. You learn to calm yourself, understand yourself, sit with your feelings, process your thoughts, respond instead of react. This emotional control is one of the strongest forms of mental strength. 2. Alone time teaches you how to handle stress. Calmly, stress will always be part of life. But your reaction to stress depends on your attitude. When you are constantly surrounded by others, you get distracted easily and cannot hear your inner voice. But solitude teaches you to slow down, breathe, think clearly, find solutions, stay composed, stay grounded. This ability to stay calm in chaos is the sign of a powerful mind. 3. Being alone makes you more self-aware. Self-awareness means knowing your strengths, knowing your weaknesses, knowing your triggers, knowing your habits, knowing your thoughts, knowing your patterns. When you are alone, you start seeing your true self without filters, without noise, without masks. This awareness gives you control over your life and helps you make better decisions. A self-aware person is always mentally stronger than others. 4. You become comfortable with discomfort. Most people avoid discomfort, silence, loneliness, fear, uncertainty, challenges. But mental strength grows when you stop running and start facing discomfort. Being alone teaches you how to sit with anxiety, how to manage overthinking, how to handle pain, how to stay calm when things feel uncertain. Once you become comfortable with discomfort, nothing can scare you anymore. 5. You learn to motivate yourself without external support. Many people need someone to push them. Tell me I can do it. Tell me I'm strong. Tell me I shouldn't quit. But when you are alone, you realize, I must motivate myself. I must push myself. I must lift myself. This creates a deep inner power that no one can take away. Motivation that comes from inside is stronger than motivation that comes from outside. 6. You become more disciplined. Because you rely only on yourself. Being alone means no one reminding you, no one correcting you, no one forcing you, no one guiding you. So you learn to discipline yourself. You start thinking, I must do this for my future. I cannot waste my time. I have to build myself. I am responsible for my growth. Self-discipline is the highest mental strength, and solitude teaches it better than anything else. 7. Your mind becomes stronger because it learns to be alone. Most people panic when they are alone because they rely too much on others for happiness, support, or distraction. But when you spend time alone regularly, your mind understands, I am safe, I am capable, I am strong, I can handle life. This inner stability is the foundation of a powerful mind. 8. Alone time helps you see the world more clearly. When you step away from crowds, you see who is genuine, who is fake, who truly loves you, who only uses you, who respects you, who drains you, who deserves a place in your life. Solitude gives you a clear vision that people cannot cloud. Clarity gives you strength to remove what weakens you and keep what empowers you. Remember this: mental strength is not built in comfort. Mental strength is built in silence, in solitude, in the moments when you stand alone and learn how powerful you truly are. You are not alone and weak. You are alone and becoming unbreakable. Lesson 5. Being alone helps you remove toxic people and build a healthier life. Sometimes life becomes heavy not because of our problems, but because of the people around us. Some people drain your energy. Some people damage your confidence. Some people discourage your dreams. Some people pretend to care, but pull you down silently. Being alone gives you the rare chance to step back, observe clearly, and finally remove what is hurting your life. Let's understand how solitude helps you build better boundaries and a stronger, healthier environment. 1. When you step back from people, you see their true nature. When you are always available, you cannot see who is real and who is fake. But when you become distant, you start seeing the truth. Who checks on you genuinely? Who disappears when you need them? Who only comes when they need something? Who respects you? Who uses you? Who values your time? Who takes you for granted? Solitude gives you a clear lens to identify real relationships. 2. Being alone helps you understand who supports your growth. A healthy relationship feels like peace, respect, understanding, support, honesty, encouragement. A toxic relationship feels like stress, fear, confusion, manipulation, doubt, emotional pressure. When you spend time alone, you stop ignoring these signs. You start protecting your energy and choosing people who help you grow. 3. You learn to say no without feeling guilty. Many people struggle to say no because they fear hurting others, losing people, being judged, being misunderstood. But when you are alone, you understand something important. Your peace is more important than someone else's temporary comfort. You learn to say, no, I don't want this. No, this is not right for me. No, I need time for myself. This creates emotional freedom and protects your mental health. 4. You become strong enough to walk away from what hurts you. Walking away is not weakness. Walking away is maturity. You walk away from disrespect, lies, manipulation, selfishness, fake love, negativity, unhealthy patterns. Being alone teaches you that it's better to be alone than surrounded by the wrong people. This decision makes you powerful. 5. You stop begging for attention, love, or approval. When you are emotionally empty, you beg for validation from others. But when you spend time alone and start valuing yourself, you stop begging. You understand. You deserve respect. You deserve loyalty. You deserve honesty. You deserve real love. You deserve people who choose you willingly. Being alone makes you realize your worth. You no longer chase people who don't respect you. 6. You attract better people. when your energy becomes stronger. Once you remove toxic people and clean your emotional space, something magical happens. Better people enter. Better opportunities appear. Better relationships grow. Why? Because now your energy is clearer, stronger, calmer, confident, self-respecting. People treat you based on how you treat yourself. Solitude helps you raise your value, and the world responds. 7. You build a life where peace is the priority. When you are alone for some time, you begin to value peace more than anything. You choose calm days, healthy boundaries, real conversations, genuine connections, meaningful friendships, supportive relationships. You stop tolerating chaos. You stop accepting disrespect. You stop entertaining negativity. And you start choosing a peaceful, powerful life. Remember this: being alone is not about losing people. It is about losing the wrong people so you can make space for the right ones. Solitude helps you protect your energy, raise your standards, and rebuild your life with strength and clarity. You are not alone and broken. You are alone and becoming free. Lesson 6. Being alone awakens your highest potential. There comes a moment in life when silence becomes your teacher, loneliness becomes your strength, and solitude becomes your power. People think being alone is empty, but in reality, being alone is where your real transformation begins. When you step away from noise, you finally meet the strongest version of yourself. This lesson explains how solitude awakens your true potential and helps you become the person you were always meant to be. 1. Alone. Time helps you hear your inner voice clearly. Inside you, there is a voice that says, "You can do more. You deserve better. You are capable. You are strong. You have a purpose." But the world is loud. People's opinions are loud. Your fears are loud. When you spend time alone, the noise disappears and your inner voice becomes clear. This voice is your guide. This voice leads you to your purpose. 2. You discover talents you didn't know you had. When you are always surrounded by people, you spend your time pleasing them, following them, or adjusting to them. But when you are alone, you start exploring yourself. You begin to notice your hidden skills, your natural abilities, your creative ideas, your strengths, your passions. You realize that you are capable of much more than what you believed. Solitude unlocks your gifts. 3. You become more creative and intelligent. Your mind grows sharper in silence. When you are alone, your brain becomes more focused. Your ideas become stronger. Your creativity becomes deeper. Your problem-solving becomes faster. Your thinking becomes clearer. Great writers, thinkers, leaders, and creators all became powerful because they embraced solitude. Your mind reaches its highest level when you are alone with your thoughts. 4. You start building a future that truly belongs to you. When you live for others, you build a life that is not yours. But when you are alone, you start asking, what do I want my future to look like? What kind of life do I want to build? What path do I want to choose? What dreams are truly mine? Solitude helps you design a future that matches your soul, not society's expectations. 5.